Hello and welcome to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Now, the Machakos gubernatorial aspirant, Wavinya Ndeti, celebrated heavily after courts ruled in her favor following the blocking of her candidature by the IEBC. Now, this statement from her victory speech is everybody's favorite. Now, as much as you people trolled Wavinya, how many of you guys can construct a sentence using the word ndwele? Na isikue medhali, na isikue the majority leader, Adan Duele. How many? I didn't think so. But I think she's a true politician. The confidence she used while delivering that sentence made it sound like it's very correct. That's how it's supposed to be said. That's a politician who can bring change. She can change what you used to believe in. She cannot be a judge, though. You know, to be a judge, you need to give correct sentences. Now, but that does not deny her a chance to be the next governor of Machakos, because articulation does not necessarily define leadership. This is Kenya. Our standards are lower than that. Yes, in fact, it would be unfair to deny her the seat, alafu Waitito apewe Kiambu governor. Check out the Kabete MP about to read a speech to declare the seat he was running for, and then he stumbled upon the word gubernatorial. He had to postpone the press conference. He went to India to study for the word gubernatorial. That's why it took him 3 years to declare his interest in the Kiambu top seat. Now, choosing our leaders should not be only based on their ability to articulate issues, but also on their track record. And in Kenyan history, it's only the Cherangani people who I know have ever elected a leader with a track record, and that is Wesley Korir. He's an athlete. Now, politicians will do anything to get in office.
Hivi sasa viongozi wetu watafanya chochote ili wawe marais, wawe magavana, wawe maseneta, wawe wabunge, wawe ma-MCA, kwa kuwa uongozi katika Kenya imekuwa ni nafasi ya kujirundikia na kuhodhi mali.
Sasa, as in PLO, it has a very valid point, but there's a word he used hapo mwisho, kuhodhi mali. What does that even mean? Because to me, the best example I can give ya kuhodhi mali ni wale watu mathambutha. You see thambutha? You see, excuse me, have you seen that suit? The guy, Arthur kuongea sasa, that's the only way I can use hodhi in a sentence. Hey, wasi? Umesikia Weston imekuwa hodhi? Seriously, our leaders will do anything to get in office. Check out this act of kindness by Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero. He actually helped the Mkokoteni guy put back the sack of potatoes onto his skirt. Alafu usikie mtu akisema ati Kidero sio mtu wa waru. He's a man of the people. Nani alijaona akibeba waru hapo akiweka kwa hiyo nini? You'd rather pull such stunts than engage in violence. Launch ka bridge kako kambao last minute, kiss babies, take photos with beggars, but don't engage in violence. You see, the IEBC Code of Conduct Committee has decided to fire warning shots by finding the aspirants found guilty of causing violence during campaigns.
We have evidence, and the video here shows clearly those who are carrying rungus who are in red T-shirts of Jubilee.
We also have video showing people in green T-shirts with rungus. So it depends on what you want to see.
The two have been fined 1 million shillings each. And I like the Governor Lusaka's argument. It depends on what you want to see. Color is about perspective. Whether it's the people with green T-shirts or the people with red T-shirts who cause the violence, it doesn't matter. I get where he's coming from. Red and green can be very confusing. That's why when the rest of us stop in traffic at the red light, matatu zinapitanga zikienda. It's because they see 3 shades of green. However, in the Bungoma case, the governor also had, he was also innocent until he implicated himself.
We also will give videos, then you can look at them and see who are carrying maybe bigger rungus.
Seriously? Okay, nyi wote mlifight, lakini mwenye alipigana na rungu kubwa ndio ako na makosa. Who reasons like that? Now, they were both fined. However, the guys with the bigger rungus deserve to pay more. And during the hearings, the same hearings, Kibwezi East MP Jessica Mbalu accused her Jubilee opponent Philip Kaloki of violence after she was cleared to defend her seat. Now, she said she was telling the commission, like, when he looks at me, I'm scared already. I just don't want to look at him. And then she requested to look at Chebukati instead. This is the picture of the person she did not want to look at. And this is the picture of the person she preferred to look at. What is scary about Kaloki's face? Surely, what is scary about Kaloki's face? What if she was vying against Bifoli Wakoli? Yes. And there's no denying that intimidation is the technique politicians use to get in office. But that's once in a while. The most common is manifestos.
A manifesto is a party document that is a wish list. It is what parties would wish to do. I do not know, to the best of my ability, any government anywhere that has ever completed everything they have said in their manifesto.
Really? So that's what they should have said. We wish that by the time we finish our 5 years, every child will be walking with a bag and a laptop. That makes sense. And if a manifesto is actually a list of wishes, and wishes are horses, then that's why we talk about a two-horse race. Like it's a race between President Uhuru and Joshua. Now, here's another angle. Leaders always talk about, we'll build you roads, we'll build you schools, making it sound like they are doing us a favor. But that is their responsibility. You want us to give you a cookie for doing your job. Imagine your father talking about, ukikuwa number 1, utakula lunch. Ukikuwa number 2, 3 meals per day. Lakini number 1, chakula na mahali pa kulala. That's your responsibility. That shouldn't even be the case. But then again, as we've heard, manifesto is just a wish. Listen to Professor Kagwanja giving a summary of Jubilee scorecard.
They had promised 227 specific promises about health, about it. When the review was done by a scientific committee,
Right.
At least they had, by half term, they had fulfilled 50% of that.
Like kila promise of the 27%, kila promise ilifanywa nusu tukiendanga. So ulitoka kwa serikali ya nusu mkate, tukaingia serikali ya nusu kila kitu. This also means the government does not entertain fools, they only do halves. Unajua? And 50%, the best illustration is this picture, what they promise versus what they deliver. Now, promises vary. We have long-term and short-term promises. For real. And the benefits of the SGR could start showing in a few years. That's something most people do not understand, but the government needs to be commended for that. And the long-term ni kama hizo SGR, short-term ni food. But how can the government avoid such cases?
Jamani, leo tunakula stima, tunakula reli, na tunakula barabara. Asante sana Jubilee. Hakuna unga kabisa.
I personally do not find anything wrong with that meal. It has a bulb, which means it's a light meal. There is energy. And I've also seen pieces of metals pale ndani ya sufuria. So to me, there is iron, which makes it a balanced diet. Plus, we all know, ukitaka kuunga lazima ukule chuma, right? Bottom line is the government is doing their best. They're doing the best they can. The president has called out the opposition for copying their promises. We have so many problems. To start talking about ati wewe umekopi vitu tunasema. We have so many problems to disagree over a few. We have enough problems for everyone. No one is talking about kushika wale watu wanitumie pesa kwa hii namba, usitume kwa ile ingine. Come tuongee. There are issues that we as a country, we as Kenyans only wish a politician can make a promise on. Mtu akuja tuambie, Akode will be transferred from the music industry to the film industry because she is very good in drama. We will understand. Make realistic promises. If you promise us something, make sure you back it up with an implementation plan. You see, countries like the US, they talk of what is your tax plan, what is your healthcare plan. Also include the factor of what you need versus what you want. Give us laptops, na watoya wana madaro, introduce wasa kusema ni jokes, kuwekea wase stima na kwa nyumba ya matope. Opposition pia juzi wanatuambia ati they want to reduce rent wakiingia power. Aje. How? And then in Kenya, we never care about the details. Hapo ndio sisi uchezwa. Before the elections, we get promises like, tutawaletea ndege msafiri nazo. Kila county tutaongeza ndege. Then the next campaign, mheshimiwa ulitupromise last election kuwa utatuletea ndege. Afana jama nakwambia, hey, ngoja. Hebu tembea kwa constituency yangu niambie kama kuna boma haina kuku. Now the president challenged the opposition to show Kenyans what they did while in government. In response, the opposition also asked the government to show Kenyans what they also did while in government. So it's a competition of who did the most nothing. So it's a game.
Wanafikiri sisi ni watoto au ni kubabu? Hiyo ni hatutaki kusema.
We'll be right back after the break with our guest Mike to help us break this down even further.